Hello, everyone. This is Rosie. Welcome back to Listen to Rosie. This is going to be the second episode of my podcast. So, yeah, I made a little intro for it. I'm going to call it Listen to Rosie because of that childhood little TV show I did with my sisters. So, yeah, if you just want to hear some of my thoughts or things that I've researched, it's going to be here where you could just listen to Rosie. Also, I'll just give like little updates of my life and stuff like that. So yeah, I hope this is something fun for my friends and family. I don't know who really listens to any of these, but we'll see. I think it's fun so far. I even got a little setup here. Do you hear that? Exactly. Nothing. It's finally quiet in here. We fixed the alarm. I don't have too much background noise. At least I hope I don't. So today I wanted to talk about being present. I feel like it's a topic that's shown up a lot on my TikTok page about people being just more aware with their life, and I haven't given it that much thought. I'm like, oh yeah, I want to be more present. I want to be more present with people in my life and with myself. But this week I decided to practice it a lot more. I wanted to see how I'd really feel. So being present, what does it even mean to be present? Let's see, what Google says is being present means being fully conscious of the moment and free from the noise of internal dialogue. It is often associated with feelings of stillness and peace. Sensations often are sharper. So I guess that's what I was trying to be fully present, have like no thoughts of like the future, no thoughts about, working on myself or talking to others, because I feel like I'm always in this constant thought of the future. I'm always just like, okay, I'm doing this right now because I know it's going to help me in the future. I'm doing this right now because I know it's going to help future me. I feel like I'm on this constant role of trying to work on myself. But, healing doesn't mean constantly working on yourself and seeing yourself as a project, because I'm also trying to accept the fact that healing is also learning to love yourself today, learning to love yourself, the version of yourself right now. And healing also includes learning to love yourself in the past and for the future, but a lot of it is like right now. And that's what I'm trying to do. Trying to be more present with myself, not seeing myself as a constant project. And so, I was practicing being more present. And like I said, it's a lot easier to do at work because right now I'm working at like this greenhouse restoration area where I'm working with plants most of the day, whether I'm just watering or weeding or moving, things like that. And most of the time I would listen to music or podcast or downloaded videos just to, keep myself busy. And I've really enjoyed it. I really got to enjoy a lot of podcast and music that way. But this time I didn't have anything. When I drive to work, no music. When I was working, no music, videos, or podcasts. I was just being, I guess, in a way. Whether I was just watering, I would just think about how the water was falling on the plants. And when I was weeding, I was just thinking about how these weeds look different from these weeds. Not going too deep into it, just observing. It was mostly like that. And I was listening to the noises around at work. There's a lot of birds in the trees. I could hear the birds. I could hear some buzzing of bugs. And I could hear my coworkers walking around and them making small conversation about the plants or the business operations, just not taking too much thought about it, just listening. And during this week, I also didn't put too much effort in my head to make conversation. Because I don't know about you guys, but sometimes when I'm with people, I have to prep myself for a conversation. I have to think about what I'm going to say. And that's just, I guess normal self-awareness. But this time I didn't put that extra effort. I was just there for the conversation and added my input and just let the conversation go where it needed to go. And when I was driving, I obviously was thinking about how I was driving, to be safe. And then I was just thinking about the cars and the way that the car felt, I guess, like how it felt driving, how the weather felt. It was a really hot week this week, so I really got to feel that heat, got to feel how my body reacted to the heat. You could really practice being present. I've heard this from many videos, is practice the five senses. Think about what do you see right now? What do you hear right now? What do you feel? What do you smell? What do you taste? Simple things like that. And I practiced that throughout the week as well. Also this week, I was reading a book. And I actually got to finish the book, because most of the time it takes me months to finish a book, because I'm always running around doing other things, or my mind is just too preoccupied to even read. And this week I actually took the time to read, and I didn't think about other things. I'm like, oh, I should be doing this right now, I should be doing that. And I just sat down and was present with this book, and I wasn't thinking of anything else. I was just thinking about the book and the story and the characters. And I just really got to dive into that, and it was nice. It was really nice, and I didn't feel bad for doing it. I was just being present. I was just thinking about what thoughts came into my head, and they would just come and go. I found it surprising how fast a thought could come and go. I would just be thinking about, at work, the dirt, and then the next thought would be moving to how the dirt feels on my hands, and then move on to the next thought and move on to the next thought. At one point of the week, I felt kind of almost dissociated. I mean, maybe it was because I was too much into it. I don't know. I was like watching a TikTok video, and usually when I watch TikTok videos, I really think about the video. I think about how the video connects to my life, and sometimes compare it to mine, or think about the person in the video. And this time I just didn't think much about it. Like, it was a video, it was something someone did, and that's how it is. And I was just so present that I didn't even think about how earlier I did have a thought of, hey, I want to do the dishes. But I was just in the simple thoughts of what I was doing, whether it was a video, I don't remember, or I was reading, or I completely forgot about that. Eventually I did do the dishes, but I wasn't like constantly thinking in the future, like, oh, hey, remember, you have to do the dishes, you have to do the dishes. And I was just in that thought. Also, not playing music, kind of like playing music inputs these ideas or like thoughts in your head, and just kind of makes you think on and on. At least for me it does. I don't know for other people, but so when I was not listening to music, it was nice. It was still, everything was still, my thoughts felt still. And I just highly recommend taking time to just sit and listen and notice. And again, this is easier to do when you're by yourself. Obviously, it's not something you could do all the time, because that's just not possible, just being present all the time, because obviously we're going to have to think about the future. We're going to have to plan ahead and things like that. But I think it really helps calm yourself and helps you enjoy your life more when you feel more present. Anyway, I mostly did this because I wanted to see what thoughts would fill my head. Because, before growing up, I wasn't used of being alone. I didn't like being alone because my thoughts would fill up with these worries and I would just overthink so many things. But right now, it doesn't. Like this whole week, I was watching my thoughts and they were just simple thoughts. They didn't come with an overshadowing thing about how I want to feel in the future or what I'm going to do in the future or how others are going to be in the future. I was just a simple thought. Just, walk upstairs, open the door with the key. I would watch the sun go down as a sunset. Not to be like dramatic, but I was just trying to be present. And it made me happy to know that these thoughts were so simple, and it made me feel like that I'm in this moment of peace in my life where my thoughts are simple and not clouded with intense emotions. But of course, I know life is filled with ups and downs and middles, and I know that I will feel those intense emotions again with different challenges that will come up in the future. And I'll also feel this peace again. But right now is now, and I'm going to enjoy it. This is how I feel right now, and I'll feel however I feel in the future. I think it's a nice practice. I heard tips of how you could practice being in the present. Obviously, the five senses one is a really nice one. Also, there's one where it's like, touch your fingers together and feel the grooves on your finger, like your fingerprint. It's kind of a nice feeling. I guess that's why meditation is such a great practice. It really helps you calm down and just be within yourself. I guess meditation is really honestly a different topic I want to talk about, but I think it really adds into this topic of being present. I noticed that when you're being present and you're listening to someone, you're not like thinking super deep about what they're saying. You're just obtaining information. You're not having this thought on the side while they're talking to you. You're not really having a thought. You're just listening. And then later you could develop a thought about what you heard. I've enjoyed being more present, but at the same time, it kind of made my life feel almost a little too slow. Is that such a thing? I like projects. I like working on myself too. Not like in an intense way. Because sometimes I could get pretty intense on myself or be hard on myself. And so taking a breather was really nice. But I do want to continue working on myself to be a better version of myself. I do enjoy myself now, but I do want certain things for the future, for myself and for others. And so I'm going to continue working on those projects. And I think practicing to be more present is working on that better version of myself. And I know I'm going to reach it someday. And I hope I could be more present with others. So yeah, that's my thoughts about being present. Do you practice this? Or is this just is it a weird thing to practice? I don't know. I hope you guys had a good week where you had time to notice things around you. Because I think noticing the nice things around you just makes life so much more peaceful and nice. And things are great. Things are awesome right now. Work is nice. I'm able to just be chill, and the weather's kind of hot, but I know it's calming down now. And I mean, yeah, things are pretty good right now. Winter's coming and I'll have to find a new job for the winter. That's a little future stress that I'm going to have. But it's okay. Right now I'm good, but it's something I should work on. Anyway, I feel like I am rambling now. I hope you all had a good week, and I hope you're having a good, chill time right now listening to this, whether it's night or day or anything. But thank you for listening. Thanks for being in this time with me, checking in with me, and I hope I could check in with you anytime soon. And yeah, thank you, and that's it for today. Bye!